Hi guys, and welcome along to my first YouTube video. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, and I'm very excited to finally be doing one. I thought this one was a great opportunity just because, of course, it's the World Championships coming up, and we're all looking forward to it as always. Can't really believe it's come around already. It seems to come around quicker every time. But you know, can't be complaining about that because then we get to watch World Championships, so you know, brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the draw and I'm going to make my predictions, and I'm also going to say who I think is going to win the title, and probably just a couple of other notes as well. I mean, one extra one that I definitely want to talk about is a qualifier to look out for, because there are a couple you know, really exciting players coming through, so I think it's going to be a brilliant tournament. Really looking forward to it. So first of all, of course, we've got #1 seed, holding champion, 7 times world champion. Of course, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan, starting as tradition on the Saturday morning. So yeah, really looking forward to this one, obviously. It's going to be interesting to see how Ronnie turns up for this, because I guess he's had a relatively low-key season, but you know, he's won events, so you know, it can't be that bad. He won the Champion of Champions, which I actually worked on, funnily enough. I say worked. I made coffees for the people who run it, Matchroom, of course, who do a great job there. But yeah, brilliant. And so Ronnie O'Sullivan has got Pang Zhengzhu. Pang, you know, he's definitely been knocking on the door for a bit now. He's an exciting player. He's got some good results, and I think this will be. It won't be a walk in the park for Ronnie, but I do think he's just going to be a bit too strong for Pang. You know, Pang, this is his first time. He's a debutant, so it's gonna be tough. You know, it's always the Ronnie O'Sullivan show, as people say when it comes to this. So yeah, I'm going to go for Ronnie to win this one by 10 frames to 5. I think that's the way that one's going to go. Right, second of all, we've got a brilliant clash actually. This is going to be really exciting. Ding Junhui against Hossein Vafai, and of course the winner of this will then play the winner of Ronnie, so you know, probably will be Ronnie against either Ding or Hossein Vafai. And I've got to be honest, this is one where I think a qualifier will win it. I think Ding is he's just not the same player anymore. It's a real shame, because he's such a good player. You know, I think we were all wishing for him to win it in 2016 when he went on that brilliant run, but you know, we all know what happened that year. Hossein is really dangerous. I think obviously these would be a couple of first really tough rounds if he is to get through them, being Ding and then Ronnie. But you know, I think Hossein is. I think he's a stronger player at the moment. He's not afraid of playing anyone, and he does beat a lot of big players. So I'm going to go Hossein Vafai to win this one by 10 frames to 7. I think that will go 10 frames to 7 to Hossein Vafai. Next up, we've got Luca Brissell against Ricky Walden. Now, I don't know how to call this one, to be honest, because Luca, he goes through these spells where he's just absolutely brilliant and, you know, pots balls off the lampshades, but then he just goes absolutely missing for a bit of time, and you know, he's a weird player like that. I do think, you know, I've got some comments about his Q action, but I won't go into those now. I mean, you know, I can't say too much, because you know, he's in the World Championships and people like me are not, so you know, you can't be too critical. But yeah, I think Ricky's played well last couple of seasons. He's kind of got back to his good form. I do think that this one, I think Luca Brissell probably will just win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. I'm going to go 10-8 to Luca Brissell. Alright, and then next up we've got Mark Williams against Jimmy Robertson. I think, to be honest, this one will be quite a comfortable win for Mark. He always turns up at the Crucible. He's just a brilliant player. I absolutely love watching him. He's just so natural, so laid back. You know, I think you're not a real fan if you don't like Mark Williams. He's brilliant. Jimmy Robertson, of course, he's useful. but I think Mark Williams will just be too strong for him today, whenever it is. So yeah, I'm going to go Williams 10, Robertson 5. Alright, and then next we've got Judd Trump against Anthony McGill. What a round this is. I mean, yeah, they played last year, and of course, Judd Trump won that, and so he got to the final. This year's it's just different though, isn't it? Like, Trump has had a bad season, really. I mean, he won the Masters, but if you watched him in that, he was not good. I don't really know how he won it. There were like, I think everyone should have beaten him that he played, to be honest. He just kind of ground it out, and I guess being that good, you kind of have this presence over players where they struggle to beat you, and I think he kind of won that tournament based off of that. However, Anthony McGill, he's not afraid of beating the big players. You know, we know that he beat Ronnie here a few years ago, so I'm actually going to back Anthony McGill to win this one. I'm going to go 10-7 Anthony McGill. Right, next up we've got Jack Lisowski against Noppon Sangham. You know, Noppon, he's a good player as well. I like him. He's steady. I don't think he's ever going to be a brilliant player, but he's very, very good. I like watching him. And then we all know how good Jack Lisowski is. You know, he's been struggling to win a tournament, but I think when it comes to earlier rounds in tournaments, he does generally just outclass his opponents, really, I would say. So yeah, I'm going to go a relatively comfortable Lisowski 10, Noppon Sangham 6. Right, next up, Robert Milkins against Joe Perry. This is, I mean, this could have been so different, couldn't it? You know, Joe Perry just knocked out his good friend Mark Davis in the qualifiers, and oh, it was horrible. I watched that as it happened, and I just had such a horrible feeling over Mark Davis's pink. He looked like he rushed it. I don't really know. He came wrong side of the blue, rolled it through, was a bit far away from the pink, and yeah, he missed it, left Perry in, and he did the business to win it. The match itself between Milkins, who's obviously you know, hit some great form winning the Welsh Open this season, we'll probably have to favour him just based on form, I would say. You know, Joe Perry's obviously a great player, but Robert Milkins is the form man in this one, so I'm going to go Milkins to win this one, 10-7. Alright, and then Sean Murphy, Si Jiahui. What a brilliant draw this was. You know, we all, if you're a big snooker fan, well, maybe even not if you're a snooker fan, you would have seen in the news that this story that just got absolutely blown out of proportion a couple of years ago when Sean lost to Si Jiahui in the first round of the UK Championships, and then said he shouldn't be in it, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant publicity for snooker. You know, sort of no publicity is bad publicity kind of thing, but I think, you know, I haven't actually seen that much of Si Jiahui, to be honest. He's one of the ones I haven't really seen, but Sean Murphy, you can't not back him. The form he's in at the moment is just brilliant. It's so good to watch. Really like watching him at the moment. Just, you know, everyone says that he stomps around the table, but he does. He stomps around it, and he just absolutely, the presence he has when he's knocking balls in is brilliant. So yeah, I'm gonna go comfortable win for Sean Murphy. I'm gonna go 10 frames to 4 for Sean Murphy. Next up, Mark Allen versus Fan Zhengji. So yeah, this is an interesting one actually, because Mark Allen, he's had an incredible season. You know, he's won the UK's and the Grand Prix, I believe, and well, he was having a brilliant season. Oh, and the Northern Ireland Open, of course. Yeah, so 3 ranked titles. That's brilliant. So 3rd seed. Yeah, he's playing brilliant. But well, I say that he's not been recently. The second half of the season, he's actually dropped off quite a lot, and I've been watching him a bit. He's been criticised for being quite negative with his shot choice, and I have to say I kind of agree with him. I remember Stephen Hendry saying it at one point, just saying he's just really grinding, just going full match play. Like, you know, if you ever play club snooker and it's like one frame and you've just got to take points and run, sort of thing. He's just been doing that, and I don't, at this level, it's not going to work. You've got to score. and he's kind of lost his scoring boost recently. So I'm actually going to go for Fan to win this one. Might be a bit controversial given that Alan's the 3rd seed, but I don't know. Fan is he's a good player. He's a good player. Obviously he won the oh, what was it? Well, he won one of the Home Nations last year against Ronnie Sullivan in the final, which is incredible. So yeah, I'm gonna go Fan to win this one. I'm gonna go 10-7 to Fan. Right, moving on to Stuart Bingham. Stuart Bingham against David Gilbert. This is a good match, very good match. Both really good to watch, heavy scorers. Really looking forward to that one. That'll be a good match. I think David Gilbert is probably the form man, and he looks like he's mentally in a better place. Normally he's very self-deprecating, but after he got qualified, he was in good spirits and he was kind of backing himself a bit, which I'm really liking. So yeah, I'm going to go for Dave Gilbert to win this one. I'm going to go 10-6 Dave Gilbert. Next up, Ali Carter against Jack Jones. Jack Jones, of course, is another debutant, which is actually quite surprising because he is a good player and he's been around for a few years now. So yeah, I mean, Ali Carter again has been in great form this season. He's sort of hit a good point, and he won the German Masters. So I'm going to have to back him on this one. I'm going to go 10-6 to Ali Carter. Next up, Neil Robertson against Wu Yiza. Right, this one I'm really looking forward to. For two reasons. One, Wu Yiza, if you watched him, he's great. He's 19 years old, I believe, and I think in the next few years he'll be one of the Chinese players that's really gonna kick on. Yeah, he's good to watch, he is. And Neil Robertson has not had a great season, so that is the other reason that I would say this is a good one, because this could be an upset. I think this one actually could be an upset. Having said that, Neil Robertson does always seem to do well in the first round of World Championships, so it's tough to go against him really, but I can definitely see this one going all the way to the decider. If it does go to that, probably I'd just about have to back Neil Robertson, but I'd really love to see Wu turn up for this because I think that'd be great. So yeah, I'm going to go 10-9 to Neil Robertson. Next we have Kyron Wilson against Ryan Day, and yeah, good matchup. Obviously both very good players. Ryan Day's been good. He's been good. He's won the British Open this year, and sometimes when you watch Ryan Day, it's like, how is this guy not a constant top 16 player? He's really good. But yeah, Kyron, he's been in the top 16 for a few years now, and I think he just has that edge of consistency over Ryan Day. So I am going to back Kyron Wilson to win this one. I'm going to go 10-8 Kyron Wilson. Right, 3 more to go. So we've got John Higgins against David Grace. This could be an interesting one, I think. John Higgins is kind of falling off. I don't want to say that lightly, but he just I think was it last season where he just lost so many finals, and I don't know if he's mentally recovered that, to be honest. But then again, it's the Crucible, and John Higgins is always just incredible at the Crucible, so it's hard to say what's going to happen with this one. I think just because it's the Crucible, and Higgins is always, I think he's always underrated at the Crucible actually. He's never really backed to win it, but he always kind of seems to find himself either in the final or there or thereabouts. So I'm going to have to go for John Higgins on this one. I'm going to say 10-7 to John Higgins. Gary Wilson, Elliot Slesser, penultimate draw. So this one, well, I mean, brilliant. The two Geordie lads matched up. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? But yeah, this is an interesting one just because I think Gary Wilson is quite self-deprecating despite being the better player, and Elliot Slesser really backs himself despite being the worst player. So yeah, this one is actually a tough one to call. What am I going to go with this? Gary Wilson. I'm stumped on this one. How about you guys tell me in the comments what you think? Gary Wilson, Elliot Slesser, let me know, because I don't. So yeah, please. And finally, Mark Selby against Matthew Selt. Gotta say, I'm a massive Mark Selby fan, of course. I just think he's absolutely brilliant, and I think if you don't like Mark Selby, then what are you doing? He's brilliant. He's so good. You know, he's not Ronnie. He's not gonna make him max in 5 minutes. But I just think everything else he does just absolutely makes up for it, and I think all snooker purists do kind of recognise that, and I really like him. So I mean, obviously, I've bigged him up enough. I think he's going to win this one. Matthew Selt has been playing well, but I think Selby over best of 19 is just gonna have the edge on this one. So I'm gonna go 10-6 to Mark Selby to win that one. So yeah, a lot of interesting ties. Really looking forward to it, of course. Who do I think is going to win it? I'll tell you who I'd love to win it is Sean Murphy. He's just playing brilliantly at the moment, and I really like seeing it. He was a bit annoying when he was slating Sijar for not being in it. I think it was just a bit of sour grapes, but I think he's really backing himself at the moment, and it's really good to watch, and it's just great to watch him play because he's a great player. So yeah, I'd love for Sean Murphy to win it. Obviously Ronnie, I think, has the edge just because he's defending champion. The pressure's off him now really to getting to that 7. So he's always in with a shout, of course. But yeah, I'd love for Sean Murphy to win it. I think this could be a good year for him. The ones to look out for, the qualifier, I have to say to all of you, Wu Yiza, please look at him. 19 years old, Chinese. And I think the Chinese do get bigged up quite a lot for being the people that are going to come through and are going to dominate the game. And some of them haven't met that. But I think Wu really is. I really like watching him. He's a really solid player, and I actually hope he can get through that first round, because then it'd be really cool to see what he can do in this tournament. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I mean, we're all looking forward to it. So let's have it. Bring it on.